So we're back out at one of our renovation projects. I don't know if you remember this one or not, but basically this was one that we had bought sight unseen, completely riddled with dog feces, a hoarder house. It was nasty. There was cars left behind, overgrown shrubs. But anyway, if you remember, we spent $350,000 on this house and we really needed to stay within a $100,000 renovation budget. I'm not quite sure where we're at on this thing. We're gonna go inside, see how far along the project has progressed. Hopefully we're getting close to the finish line and we can keep it within that budget that we needed to in order to make some money on this thing. Already outside, it looks phenomenal. I mean, you couldn't really even see the front of the house. There was so much shrubbery in front here. So we got rid of all that. As you can see, new exterior paint on it because it was super, super worn. Over in this area here, there was also a bunch of shrubs. All in all, the exterior is looking awesome. If you ever get a house with brick, a lot of times what we do is we just paint the brick the same as the body color of the house. You still have the brick, obviously, and it still adds some character to the exterior of the house, even though it's the same color as the body. So we do that all the time. Have a dated brick on the exterior. Don't rip it off and try to get rid of it. Just spray over it, and I think it turns out pretty good. Okay, well, we're in the painting phase, so it looks like there's still quite a bit left to do, unfortunately. Let's start in the master, because if I remember right, there was some pretty big issues in the master bathroom. The tub was nasty. There was some drywall that had been ripped out. I mean, it basically needed a full go, so I'm curious on how far along we have that. Right now, we're standing in the master bedroom, and then we're gonna go into the master bathroom here. Basically, once we got all of the garbage out of here and we got a better look, we were not anticipating having to re-drywall this entire bathroom here. So that's definitely going to elevate the budget, unfortunately. There was a tub shower right here. Interior of the wall was exposed. So, and I'm not sure what they had going on, but instead of doing a tub shower again, we did just a big stand-up shower, which I think will be a nice feature for this home. One thing when you're converting a tub shower to just a stand-up shower that you do need to keep in mind is there's more of an expense than just having to put in a shower pan. You have to relocate both the shower head if that's not high enough, and then also the regulator right here. Because originally, as you know, on a bathtub, that regulator is gonna be like around this high, and then you're gonna have that spout coming out. Not only have to eliminate some of the plumbing, but you have to move things around as well. That was an added cost to move some plumbing around, but it'll increase the functionality of the bathroom. This place sure smells a lot better. Watch your step here, don't fall there. So another thing to do with brick, anytime we have brick fireplaces like this one here, we will end up repainting that. So it was already painted white, but we'll want to freshen that up, or maybe even paint it like a gray or some sort of color other than white so that it pops against the white walls, just like on the exterior. Fresh coat of paint makes it look pretty good. So right now we are in the main living room upstairs. See that mark in the floor there? That was where a partition wall was between the living room and the dining room. As you can see, we've just decided to demo that out. It really didn't serve a purpose, and it just kind of boxed in the room a little bit more. So we got rid of that, so that this has a much more open floor plan. I think that's gonna be a nice feature. I really thought we were a little further along than this. I knew they were in the painting stage, but I was really hoping to see at least doors in trim hung, especially the trim. I was really hoping to come in here and see all the baseboard trim and door trim installed and being painted. So I do think we're a little behind schedule, unfortunately. So an everyday cost you in this business. Let's go take a look downstairs here. So down here in the main, just kind of secondary living area in the basement, they've got the patching done up here. As you can see, there was originally that this ceiling had like caved in at some point, and there was a terrible patch job. They basically had to redo the patch job, retape and texture so that the ceiling texture matches throughout. And as you can see, they've done a good job at that. So one goofy thing about this house that I've actually never seen in any other house before. So this has a 2-car garage. You access it from the basement. So here's the stairwell coming down from upstairs. This goes into the garage, and this door goes into the garage. So you literally have two doors going into the garage, and you can circle around to the other door. Super goofy, huh? Cruising in, and then we can just literally come around the corner and then back out into the house. I don't know, kind of weird. I've never seen that before. I mean, honestly, thinking through it, we should probably consider making a change order and walling off one of these just because it's super funky. Kind of see why they did it, so you don't have to walk around the staircase, but either way, it's just goofy having 2 doors to your garage like this. I don't understand it. So that may be a change order at play where we wall off probably this one here. It's not needed. So this is the downstairs bathroom. Originally, I was thinking this was the nicest bathroom in the entire house. It wasn't covered in dog shit like the rest of the place, and it was lightly used, but still, originally I was thinking we might be able to save the vanity. We probably could have, but given that the rest of the house is getting a full overhaul, we just said, hey, throw in a new vanity. That way it matches the rest of the house. So coming outside here just to take a look at the landscaping. If you watched the first video, we'll pop a clip in here, but we had a broke down car we were dealing with here. You couldn't even see this side yard at all. There was so much brush in here, and that deck was fully overgrown to where you couldn't even get out onto the deck. I was gonna pop out there with you guys to show you up top, but the painters had it all masked off where I couldn't access it. So otherwise I would have liked to go out there and show you the deck and how much better it looks. But let's go in this backyard real quick so you can see just how much better and how much more room we have here. So originally, again, there was just so much garbage. There was like some sort of weird electric golf cart thing here that was broke down. I didn't even know that this concrete was here. There was so much just brush on it, and actually now that I'm here and they've pressure washed it off, this is actually a really nice, well-kept concrete pad. I don't know, I'm pretty happy to see that. That's a nice find. We have an amazing backyard back here. As you can see, this house is on a pretty big lot, and we have a really nice hedge behind us here so that it's very private. Obviously, we're gonna get some nice sod or get some seed down so that by the time we sell this thing, we have some nice grass popping up back here. But as you can see too, there's some slight views out the side here, which is great. And then I think there's gonna be some pretty nice views from the deck up top there once I can actually get out there and confirm that. But there is a little bit of deck work needed as well, as I can see from here as I'm looking at it, a few boards that look like they might be rotting out. But all in all, it's gonna be a really nice backyard area. Again, we paid 350 grand for this place, and it is absolutely crucial that we keep within that $100,000 renovation budget that I mentioned. Now that all the junk's cleared out and this project is actually starting to come together, I'm like looking at this house, looking at the neighborhood, looking at the amenities, some views that we might have, and I'm thinking that we might actually be able to get a little bit more for the property than we originally anticipated. So that's a good thing. I mean, I love the way the house is coming together. If you guys want to follow along and see where the final numbers land, stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. All right, see ya.